So I'd like to talk about Kitchen Gore. And before we get too in-depth into Kitchen Gore, I will say I only played the story. They have an endless mode. I was pretty good at it, you know what I'm saying? Like if you've played Arctic Eggs, you can cook in this game. The skill gap between both games is drastically different in the sense of like Arctic Eggs would be the harder style of cooking that the way they have it. You use a pan and your wrist, how you move your mouse like this determines if the food flips. The whole time you're cooking for an entity that you soon find out, and here you go for spoilers, is your daughter, right? But it's odd to me because the only thing that's scary about this game, none of the jump scares are really that bad for me. I think the first one might have got me. It can be beaten relatively fast as long as you are good at cooking. If you're not good at the cooking aspect of this game, then by all means, you're going to probably experience a little anus tightening, if you get what I'm saying. Because as you move forward, you have 3 meals that you have to cook her every day, and each meal takes its own amount of time. But each time you feed it to her, she backs up. You show her some shorts on her phone. She loves it, right? You play the music. She loves it. But as she gets closer, if the food's not done, you will die, pretty much. But for me, like I said, I didn't necessarily struggle making the food, which is a first that I can say in a while for a game. Like I played this game and it felt pretty smooth for me. The scariest part for me was the anticipation as she got closer and closer. So it kept me more on edge than it did make me feel scared. I personally was more interested in the lore and who the fuck or what the fuck this thing was as I was playing. I started to get like tad bits of information. I'm like, I bet this is like our child. I bet this is our wife, or like things along those lines, until you realize it's a kid and you're like, okay, it's probably like ours. But then you're like, why or how did this happen? In the game, the way it ends, you're like, oh my, it's drastic. It's not really uncomfortable, but it's kind of unexpected. Like I thought maybe we'd get eaten or something, but a little different than what I was prepared to see or hear. You kind of hear it more than you see it. But all in all, the game as a whole was very fun. For the price that it is, I don't know the price. Let's find the price. The price is $4.99. Yeah, this is worth $5. I think it was very enjoyable for the $5. The fact that it adds like an endless mode. I don't know really what to do in there. I didn't play it. I wanted to play the game. Like maybe I go back one day, play the endless mode, but I personally, for the story itself, what I bought the game for, I couldn't say it was bad. You know, I enjoyed it. There are a couple things that could have been different. Maybe the cooking a little bit. Not that the cooking was bad, but in comparison to like this and Arctic Eggs, Arctic Eggs feels a little smoother. This one felt a little bit more clanky, but I'm not complaining. I don't know if this was made by a singular dev or a group of people, but I think all in all, y'all made a fucking great game, and I had a good time in it. The little cooking aspect kept you in, and at the same time, like as you lost food, if food fell off, she would get closer, and the setting would start to feel more like tense. And if you didn't cook it, or as she got closer in general, it doesn't matter how it went about happening, it painted the picture as like a tense, uncomfortable environment, at least for me. And then after I got the cooking down a little bit better, which I mean I didn't fail that many times. I think it was like maybe a handful. But all in all, like the cooking could have been a tad bit harder, but at the same time, I'm not upset with what I experienced, nor would I not share this game or recommend it. So I highly recommend Kitchen Gore, and here is the description. Cook disturbing meals before you become one. Use physics-based cooking to prepare gory dishes while keeping a monster distracted by scrolling her phone. Survive a surreal narrative across story and hardcore modes. The only culinary experience that redefines doom scrolling. I struggled a lot there. Should have heard me the first time, though. I cut that one out. But that's the description of the game. If it sounds like it's up your alley, it might be something you like. If you played Arctic Eggs, I guarantee you'll like this game. You'll probably find it easy. I played Arctic Eggs within this year, so like the fucking mechanics are probably still fresh in my cranium. These are the tags. Simulation. Yes. Horror, yes. Atmospheric, yes. Cooking, yes. Indie, yes. Single player, 100%. Psychological horror, somewhat. Story itself is kind of creepy and kind of disturbing, so yeah, I'll give it that. Short, yes. 100%. First person, yes. Dark, yes. Jump scare, I don't in my recollection, maybe I got jump scared once or twice, but it's not anything that's uncomfortable or it's not too much. You know what I mean? And if it happens to you a lot, you'll probably develop like a sense to it, so it won't get you at all. Demons, oh yeah. 3D, more retro. You know what I'm saying? More retro than it felt 3D, but like down here it says stylized, so we'll argue yes, it's 3D stylized. Survival horror, sure. Mystery, yeah, you kind of wonder what the fuck is going on for a while. Surreal, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of like up there. That's a hard one to determine, but we'll say yeah. Supernatural, yes. Funny, maybe. I mean, I don't remember like laughing all that hard. Like, the concept is kind of goofy. You're like throwing a fucking phone that's watching Instagram reels towards a fucking entity, and it kind of keeps them back from hurting you. I keep spitting on you guys. My God, my bad. Keeps you from getting hurt, I guess, by throwing the phone at them. So it's like, cool. That's kind of funny. Emotional, yeah, it was kind of deep. It was deeper than I had expected. The story itself, when you kind of get to the end, you're like, damn, that kind of breaks my heart. But it is what it is. We'll rate this game, I don't know, 8.1 out of 10. Highly recommend it. If you haven't played it, go play it. If you don't want to play it, watch my playthrough. You know, I'll hype me up real quick. Watch my shit. But all in all, recommend it. If you enjoy cooking style games and you like horror, this will probably be right up your alley. It's about an hour long to beat, which isn't bad. Offers, like it says up here, hardcore modes and other modes. So, like, comment, subscribe, say something nice, or say something mean. And until the next one.